sounds all ESL-like, and I think you'd say that. Shizuo, have you reached puberty? See, the puberty thing isn't even as fun after. Have you gained period yet? Then come to Russia Sushi for celebratory sushi because you have gained period. You need much iron in tights. Well, it's true! Shizuo, I do not want you to become anemic because that would suck. He can't fight if he passes out. He can't be all like, because that tuck's dirty. It's over. Wow. Things I didn't plan on saying today. Good times. Questions over here? Yeah. Or for you. But you because you and then you and then you. Yes.
How do you exactly learn to do that?
I mean, you can go to people to get trained in accents. The question was, how do you learn to do accents, if you guys didn't hear it? There are people you can go to for specific training in accents, like other actors who are really good at accents, if it's something like that, where, like, oh my god, they hired me to be Icelandic and I need to know it by, next Monday, or I have no idea. There are also some books and CDs you can get where they're like, okay, here's 100 different accents, boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, with not only an audio example of the accent, but like a little chapter saying, these are the traits of this accent, this is what they do with the vowels, these certain sounds they tweak and do it that way. But a lot of it just comes from just watching movies, watching TV. I mean, I think actors are always sort of salting away subconsciously stuff they like that. Oh, I like that, I like that, I like that, and just sort of plunk it into the back of their head. So when it came time to audition for and then do Germany, it wasn't really a process so much of like finding an accent as just taking all that stuff that I had thrown into like the Germany shoebox in my head and seeing if it all works together. One thing about accents is you can be too accurate. I'm not saying I was too accurate with Germany, but you can be too accurate. Sometimes if you do an accent the way it actually sounds, it doesn't sound legit to people. Because you get used to hearing an accent in TV and movies, and so that's what sounds right. And if you give them what's real, instead of what sounds right, they're gonna be like, nah, I'm not buying it, even if it's right. So sometimes you have to defer to what has been accepted as sort of the cultural norm for an accent. Love this. Like Germany, huh? Sausage.
Who do you think is better, my butler or yourself?
I don't know, Tatum is pretty tasty. Tatum's awesome! He's so suave and he's so friendly, knows everything, and his bookshelves are covered in books. And I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm gonna say you're butler. Also because if I said me, it would sound really like I'm just the cat's meow. So yeah, for a variety of reasons, you're butler. But my Princess Butler's awesome too. He says things in accent. Let's see how we're doing time-wise. Wait, you're the guy. Are you the guy that like waves the 5-minute sign when it's 5 minutes?
You have 15 minutes.
Okay, can be. That's all good. You're like waving and I'm like, I don't even see you. I just feel bad when they come in, they're like, get out. I'm like, okay. I'll just jump into that room for a while. Other questions? Thank you for the questions, by the way. These are good questions. These aren't the same questions I hear every single time. I should probably prep something, but I like hearing the questions. Yes?
What's your favorite of Ragna's attacks?
Favorite Ragna attack? No, I do like them Carnage scissors. Wait, Carnage scissors! That's what you want, right?
Yes.
I can be like, Carnage scissors, I like them a lot. Sometimes I'm like, if someone comes up and they're all like blaze glued out, like I'll draw little scissors, like they're Carnage scissors. Like draw them on fire or something. Blood spraying everywhere. It's catchy, I'm not gonna lie. There was another question over here somewhere. Yes?
Can I tell you an Italia joke? Knock knock.
Yes.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Canada.
Canada who? Oh. I'm feeling good about that. The beanie should have tipped me off. Other questions that don't make me feel bad about our frozen neighbors to the north. Yes, the brave soul promoting ceremony.
When you go to conventions, do you ever try and go to actual panels and be a member of the audience when you're not hosting them?
Sometimes, yeah, depending on what's going on. Like, I don't know about this thing or that thing. One thing that stops me is if it's early in the day, I'm usually unconscious. Like, I'll just say right now, that panel I have tomorrow at 10, I'll be there. But will you? No. It'll be an adventure. But I like going to panels because I learn things.
And knowing is half the battle.
It really is. And if I can learn things twice, it's the whole battle. It stacks. It's cumulative. Other questions?
If you had to wear a bow while you were driving, what color would it be?
Ooh, good question. If I had to wear a bow while I was driving, what color would it be? I would probably get a blue boa to match my car. And because I like blue. Yeah, blue.
What color is your car?
It's like it's sort of like the ribbons in your hair when it's clean. My car is not clean. So if those ribbons had been left outside to fend for themselves, don't do it. But I'm just saying if they had been, it'd be that. But I would the boa wouldn't be dirty like my car. And maybe seeing the difference between the color of the boa and the color of my car would inspire me to do something about the state of my car. Probably not. I'd probably just wait till it rains. I'm not gonna lie. Blue. Good question. I felt bad because in the show, he never wears the boa. But he wears it in the opening, you're like, okay, he's gonna wear that boa, that looks awesome. And he never does. Speaking of the car, that line where he's like, oh, I'm bi. I had to say that so many times. You'll hit a line, maybe some long, old, crazy, epic line, knock it out in one take or 2 takes. You get to some line, oh, I'm bi. 3 words, 3 syllables, oh, I'm bi. Or you get to like some react like a... and that's when you do like 10 takes. Do something like that, oh, I'm bi. Stop, there's some ways I can say, oh, I'm bi. Over and over, oh, I'm bi. Oh, I'm bi. Oh, I'm bi. Oh, I'm bi. And he was off screen at that moment because it was a shot of him driving out, so we could even play with the time. He could be like, oh, I'm bi. Oh, I'm bi. Oh, I'm bi. Oh, fan fiction. And I remember when I finally heard the final product, I heard which oh, I'm bi. Oh, I'm bi, Lord, oh, I'm bi. It's like Kumbaya. When I finally heard him, like, oh, I liked the other oh, I'm bi better. But I don't know, there were like 18 of them. Oh, I'm bi. George, I thought he was gay. Oh, I'm bi. I'm bi. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. This is the boy. I like at the end when he leaves. It is sad. He's like, I made you these clothes. I'm now going to sail the world with Isabella. Come, Isabella. God, it was fun.
The live action fixed that.
Did they?
Yes, they got back together in the end. I had a happy flail around the house at that moment. It's the live action. You can find it online. It's the entire movie is the entire series.
Is like the boat pulling away and she like runs up. She's like, way!
No, she becomes the model like at the end of the series. Except she doesn't get together with that one dude. I hate him.
It's not about her and her man going to see cats in New York.
She was models because George said he was going to Paris instead of New York.
Okay.
And then when
he meant Paris, California.
No.
There's a lot of that.
She gets there and she's walking around. She's like, I'm bored. I'm just gonna go walk. And
he's like,
no. She walks by a Broadway musical thing and sees the butterfly from the logo. Freaks out, finds his name, watches Isabella walk in the back, tries to like barrel over the security guard to get to Isabella. Starts screaming in English. Isabella gives her the the address to George's studio, breaks into the studio and waits for George.
True love.
Takes a obsessed turn. Wow, I kind of like the other better where you're sailing away and they're playing Tommy February. And that's, wow, she goes full creeper.
Well, he gets back and like they embrace passionately and kiss.
Yeah, he's embracing, looking over her shoulder, going. He's like, I should have said I was gay. He's like, remember when I said, oh, I'm bi? I didn't like it. I meant I'm gay. Totally gay. Go you, Kari. Come here, Archie. Hey. Archie didn't like that. So I remember he poked him in the pool cue. He was like, hey! Get away from my butt. Whatever he said. I remember that. Other questions? Countdown questions. Wait. Okay. Who's I'm over here. That wasn't even English.
You said you were a school teacher before you were a voice actor?
Yeah.
What subject?
Better than you would think. I was an English teacher. It was kind of crazy because I was 23 and I thought, oh, they'll give me the freshman. Because that was the position that I interviewed for. They got an opening in the freshman English department. Yay, freshman. Because I'm too young to teach anything else. And they gave me the seniors. I was like, okay, I'm going to grow my beard and I'll never know. And they didn't. They had no idea. Except the little voice, the beard, and the tie, and the button-down shirt. And then near the end of the year, they were looking, because I was also the yearbook moderator, because I was editor of the yearbook back in the day, because I was editor of everything, because I was president of Chess Public Visual Nerd. And they were looking through the yearbooks in the back of the room, because it was the end of the year, they had nothing to do, like, Seitz. It was like that whole like Donald Sutherland like, wait a minute, class of '96, wait, you're not any older than us! And they were mad. But then I was like, 2 weeks till the end of school, you're gonna start disrespecting me now? All the stands between you and graduation. Think about your next words carefully. They're like, right. This time. No, it worked out really well. I was like you know there's the old teachers that don't know how anything is and the kids always take advantage of them because they don't know how the interwebs work. I was the teacher that knew how the interwebs work. And so when I said to them, I'm going to Google all your essays and I'm going to find you in your cheat and you're going to get zeros and I'm going to laugh at you. And then I did. And they never seemed to figure out, all I was doing was picking like the craziest line in their essay. Like some dude's pulling 60% of my class and suddenly he's talking about like societal estrangement and spiritual emasculation. I'm like, Google, bing, there it is, you're done. Yeah. And I'd catch them over and over again. The same people. I'm like, I caught you once. You haven't gotten any smarter. You're not smarter than me. It was good. It was 2 years. I realized those 2 years I was not cut out for a lifetime of teaching at the high school level because you have to be there whether you want to be or not, and there's a lot of busy work. I tried not giving them homework. I'm like, okay, put on your big boy pants. I'm not going to give you busy work, and you guys are going to do the reading. You're going to come to class. We're going to talk about it. And that didn't work. That went down like the Titanic. So then I could have that moment of, you did it to yourself, here's your busy work. Here's your busy work. But no, it was a very good experience. And I still run into some of my students at anime conventions, weirdly enough. I'll hear, Mr. Seitz! I'm like, you're dressed like America, that's crazy. +1, good job. Or like someone would be like, I want to watch Redline, does anyone have the torrent? On Facebook, I'm like, don't torrent Redline. Have fun, good seeing you. It was fun. 2 years was good. 30 years, I would have flipped a lot of things.
How did you transition? Did you just walk in one day and say, I'm beautiful?
Well, I had gone to LA, I'd done a little bit of voice acting, I tried to be like on-screen actor, that hadn't worked at all. It was like, I'm in debt and I'm depressed. That's what I realized, that going out to LA to be an actor, I wasn't getting to act. Being in my hometown doing community theater, I was getting to act, and I realized that's what was important. Not getting paid for it, not having anyone know who I was, it was having that creative outlet. So, came to terms with that, moved back home,